Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour et bienvenue au cours de français communautaire. Welcome to Community French Class. Bienvenue au cours de français communautaire. Je m'appelle Monsieur Léo et je suis votre prof de français ce matin. Bon, bienvenue. Bon. So I have two questions. If you can see from the title, firstly, if you can see from the title, we are doing les questions. So we're doing les questions, and it's a grammatical point in French that's very important to ask questions, to learn how to ask questions. We'll be doing an exercise as well. Before we get into that, I ask my two questions that I always ask. C'est ça. Pardon. Quelle est la date aujourd'hui? Quelle est la date aujourd'hui, tout le monde? Aujourd'hui, so this is how we say it. We go. Aujourd'hui, c'est mardi, oui, le 6 octobre 2020. Très bien. Aujourd'hui, c'est mardi, le 6 octobre 2020. Très, très, très bien, tout le monde. Et aussi, quel temps fait-il? Quel temps fait-il? What's the weather like today? Or how is the weather? Il fait gris, chaud, froid, humide, blablabla. Il pleut, il y a du brouillard, il neige. I don't know the weather today. Il fait, j'imagine, I believe il fait soleil et un peu froid, je pense. I believe it's cold. No, it's sunny, but un peu froid. Un peu froid means a little cold, but it's not very cold. Très bien, tout le monde. Now, let us start. On va commencer avec la leçon. La leçon. Très bien, tout le monde. Lire ensemble. Lire ensemble. Let's read together. Bon. Excusez-moi, juste pour une minute. Bon, ça va. Bon. So, on va commencer avec les questions. Les questions ici. So this is a grammatical point. So today, we are looking at questions, and we're looking at yes, no questions only. So there are several ways to ask questions in French. We have three ways. You can just respond by raising your voice up. You could also say est-ce que, like we're learning today. And then the third way is inversion. So the most common way, the 90% of the time that you'll see questions asked in French, you'll see est-ce que in front of it. And est-ce que basically translates to, makes it the question. It makes it form the question. It's like the little part of the sandwich that you always need, you know. Très bien. So, to form a question in French, place est-ce que at the beginning of the sentence without changing word order. So it's always est-ce que. So est-ce que is invariable, meaning it's interchange. It's invariable. It means you cannot change it. You cannot put it anywhere else in the sentence. It has to go at the beginning. So this verb that we're looking at, we're doing this exercise right here. 6.18. We are looking at the verb. How do I want to make that over. Uh-oh. I don't want that. Back. Oh, voilà, ça. Très bien. Ok, bon. We are looking at the verb parler. Parler. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Parler. Parler means to speak. It's in the infinitive form. Now we're going to conjugate it together. We have je And then the rule is it's an ER verb, so we have the conjugations. We have ups, S, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. Boom. So let's sing the song. So it goes EES, EONS, EZENT. Very good. So we have je, and then what you do is you chop off the ER and you write PARL for every one. So we have PARL. What's the ending for je? E. Très bien. Tu. PARL. What's the ending for tu? Parle. Très bien. ES. Il, elle, on parle. Très bien. Nous parlons. Très bien. ONS. Vous parlez. Très bien. EZ. Il, elle parle. Très bien. So that's the conjugation of these verbs. Firstly, so we're going to do a few of these aloud, and then we're going to do a few of these written. So the first question, the first number is I speak. Do I speak? So it's I speak. How do we say I speak in French? Je parle. Je parle. Point. Period. Do I speak? Now, just like we learned up here, we need est que to make a sentence. So we say est, tiré. In French, you call that a tiré, the little line. Est que je parle? Est-ce que je parle? That means, do I speak? Très bien. Numéro 2. You speak. Do you speak? You could say, I'm going to say the vous pronoun because that's a majority whenever you see the verb, whenever you see you. Vous parlez. Est-ce que vous parlez? You see the kind of formula that we're using? We have the subject pronoun, then the conjugated verb, and then the next part is we have est-ce que. We need that to form a sentence that always goes at the beginning. We don't ever put that anywhere else in French. Always at the beginning of the sentence or the question. And then what comes next is the subject pronoun. The subject pronoun is je, or tu, vous, or tu, or nous, or il, elle, depending. And then what you do is you put the conjugated verb. Very good. You don't put that, and you won't really see that in the infinitive form, the parler. You won't see like P-A-R-L-E-R. You'll see it as parle. Très bien. 3. He speaks. Does he speak? So, il parle, period. Now this one is interesting because does this look correct? Est-ce qu'il parle? We want to say, does he speak? So we say, est-ce qu'il parle? Is that correct? No. If you look at videos I've done previously, we have a rule in French, which is called liaison. Liaison exists when you have two vowels, when they're next to each other, you have to put an apostrophe. So we would apostrophize que and il, because if you listen to what I'm saying, que il, you see how it's very que il. It's very loud. It's very harsh. So what we do is you apostrophize que, and then it's qu'il. Doesn't that sound nicer? Est-ce qu'il parle? Est-ce qu'il parle? Oui, très bien. 4. That's just a little rule that the French do. We speak, so nous parlons, très bien. Est-ce que nous parlons? Très bien. That means, do we speak? Est-ce que nous parlons? 4. 5. You all speak. This one's using vous as well. Vous parlez. We don't have to put the tu. You don't have to put tout or tout because The vous stands up for everybody in a group. Vous parlez, est-ce que vous parlez? Non, voilà. Est-ce que vous parlez? 6. Now this one is they, feminine. So what is they, feminine in French? Usually, like I said before, it could be a group of 999 women and one man, and the il always takes it. So that's why the F has to be there to show that it's feminine. So it's elle, très bien. Elle parle très bien. Est-ce... Is this correct? Is that correct? Est-ce qu'elle parle? Est-ce qu'elle parle? No. We need to do the same thing that we did up here. Apostrophize the que and elle because you have que elle, que elle, que elle. It's like it's hitting each other. It doesn't sound good. So you need to go like this. Bon. Est-ce qu'elle parle? Est-ce qu'elle parle? Très bien tout le monde. Now that was the way to ask a question in French. This is the most common way to ask questions in French. You could do it the other way by reverting it, by saying je parle. You could say something like you could do it inversion. That's not really that common with these kind of questions. You could also do raising your voice. Je parle, je parle. But that's also not as common. You'll hear that like in everyday spoken French, but if you're doing grammatical like word for word French, you want to make sure that you have est-ce que for every question. And like I said previously, est-ce que is a way to form a question in French. It's always at the beginning and it's invariable. Très bien. And for this exercise, we did this exercise here together. We did the verb parler, to speak. We looked at using it in the present tense. This first part is the present tense. Je parle, tu parles, il, elle parle. Nous parlons, vous parlez, il, elle parle. That's in the present tense. I speak, you speak, he, she speaks. We speak, you speak, they speak. And then what we did was we took the second part of this and then we turned that into a question. Do I speak? Est-ce que je parle? Do you speak? Est-ce que vous parlez? Or est-ce que tu parles? Est-ce que il parle? Est-ce que nous parlons? Est-ce que vous parlez? Est-ce que elle parle? Très bien, tout le monde. Now, let me just okay. Now that's all I have planned. Now that's all I have planned for today's lesson. I hope that it was very enjoyable. I hope that you enjoyed it. And please tune in for this upcoming Thursday. So jeudi, I will be teaching another lesson in French. So please come and join us here for Français communautaire. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the question box below. And like une minute. Okay. And then as always, you can visit rolalang.com where you can learn more information about us. You could also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We have a YouTube channel as well. So these videos get broadcasted onto YouTube as well. Boom. So I hope that you enjoyed our lesson this morning, and I will see you this Thursday. Je vous verrai ce jeudi. Au revoir tout le monde. Au revoir.